She is and always will be a sparkling beatnik, and in this show, she's coming to you as a guest. So put your hands together and let's give her a big fanfare. Ayla Alquist!
Hello, yes, there I am. When I originally thought of this, I was going to do a whole thing with like a clown costume, I had confetti cannons, it was going to be a really big deal. And then I thought, why all the fanfare? Why don't I just let the words speak for themselves, right? Okay, here we go. When I was just a smallish kid, I would walk around my neighborhood. I was sweet and thought the world was good till my life was ruined by a man. He took my hand, said, "Come this way," and I probably could have died that day if my dad hadn't seen it, said, "She's not prey," and my life wasn't ruined by a man. In fact, it was saved by one, so thank you, Dad. He's here. And I don't like to walk alone at night, and I tense when there's movement under street lights, and that is because of a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. My life was ruined by a man. You're still laughing. That's good. I grew up, now I'm in 6th grade, and I'm looking proudly at a project I made. I never thought about how much I weighed till my life was ruined by a man. His name was Will, he was in my group. We had made a piñata out of paper and glue. He said, "It looks fat, and so do you." And my life was ruined by a man. 'Cause from exactly that moment on, I agonized over what I had on, what I ate, and if it was wrong, my life was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. My life was ruined by a man. And this is the fun stuff. I got my first boyfriend at 16. He was cute, but his friends were mean. And I, this time, I have no self-esteem, 'cause my life had been ruined by a man. We hang out and he wants to do stuff, but I don't feel prepared enough. He tries to push, but I'm too tough, so my life wasn't ruined by a man. As if I was physically stronger than him, which is a win for feminism. Yeah, good, you're still with me. I'm having lunch with a friend of mine who tells me I wasn't nice to the guy, that I rejected him without batting an eye, and my life is getting ruined by a man. It's more important than protecting yourself is making sure you never reject someone else. And there was no discussion of projection, self-reflection, or subjection, just an hour-long conversation about all the things I'm supposed to let men do and say to me. And now I get it. I'm supposed to be a delicate little thing who never says no. And my life was ruined by a man. Life goes on, this gets normalized. I date a few other okay guys, but then I meet someone and realize my life can still get ruined by a man. He lures me in with jokes and songs, but he's verbally cruel and he's physically strong, and he pushes me around for years and 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 years. Before I see what's wrong, now my life was being ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. My life was ruined by a man. Not laughing anymore. There it is. Thank you. Whew. Oh right, I had a thing I was gonna say. It's okay. So now I have like no self-worth. I have this guilt reflex. I feel guilty about everything, and I can't really trust my own version of reality. So let's see how I fared in the workplace, shall we? I've always worked as hard as I can at small business jobs that are run by men, and every single time I get screwed by them, yes, my life gets ruined by a man. Like when I got a job at an ice cream shop, friend he liked her low-cut top, and that Black Lives Matter was divisive. He was very pro-cop. So many lives being ruined by that man. Or the supervisor of my bookstore job, who called female staff to erotica and showed them racy images, but kept his job. More lives being ruined by a man. Ruined by a man. It was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man. It was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man. It was ruined by a man. My life was ruined by a man. I'm tired. All these times that I've been burned turned into hardy lessons I learned, so I made my way out into the world to try to make it better if I can. I took my adventures along with me and tried to engineer against the things I'd seen, but there was always someone there trying to stop me. Guess who? Usually a man. And as I made it through each long day, I learned that there were systems at play. The white supremacist capitalist patriarchy that is almost run completely by men. They run the banks and they wage the wars. They do. They run the banks and they wage the wars on comedy clubs and ice cream stores. That's a joke. They're telling mediocre and they're out in force. Yes, our lives are all being ruined by men. Yeah. It's coming. And as I made it through each long day, I realized that there were systems at play. And this is something that I already said, so I'll go on to the next verse. You guys are nice. Here we go. On a macro scale, all of these small things are the fault of the systems that pull our strings. And when we let them win and we bow to the kings, our lives all get ruined by the man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. My life was ruined by a man. Yeah, there's more. And I know the words. To breathe, you know? This is real stuff. So you have to forgive me. And this is just the intersection of gender and class. I can't pretend to know what it's like beyond that, but I know we all pretend that we can't combat how our lives are being ruined by the man. It's in every book and on every screen. When things get bad and the villain's too mean, a team comes together and they change the scene, and we overthrow the evil man. So if you're sitting there in your comfy seat, saying it's too late, we've already been beat, or you have to just ignore it and protect your peace, then congrats, you're officially the man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. Ruined by a man, it was ruined by a man. My life was ruined by a man.
Ayla Alquist.
And I think what Ayla's basically trying to say is that, like, there's a lot of systems in play, and I think it's good that we're continuing this dialogue. And I think it's very brave and important that Ayla's speaking on this. But also, I think Keith and I are brave and important for letting her speak on this. Keith, we still going to silhouettes tonight?
We are, yeah. I think we should sing Ayla off with a chorus of that song. Ruined by a man.